It's dusk on a quiet weeknight at one of many bowling clubs across Sydney. But Denise Keane isn't here for a cheap dinner. She's here to convene a meeting to discuss the future of her suburb. The suburb of Manly lies at the heart of our city's identity. Its massive pine trees and gorgeous beaches make it a hub for tourists and Sydney-siders alike. But for the residents present at tonight's meeting, Manly is more than just a tourist spot. It's home.
It's beautiful, it's low-key, it's friendly, it's scenic, what else could you want?
The important part of it is it's a complete place well away from the city.
Oh, the Manly area, I think, is unique in the fact that we are not just a residential area, we're a CBD and a tourist hub.
The Greater Manly Residents Forum unified several smaller residents groups last year after Manly Council was amalgamated into one Northern Beaches local government area. The new group aims to protect the unique character of the Manly area. Yet despite its origins from the controversial council mergers, these are not anti-amalgamation fanatics. In fact, at tonight's meeting, the forum welcomes a representative from the new Northern Beaches Council to discuss ways of improving the green space in the Manly area.
The sports fields are pretty sparse looking and not the most beautiful places.
They've been excellent. We find that they are more than happy to talk with us. They do consult with us. They do actually tell us what's happening.
It seems then that these Manly residents haven't taken the absorption of their suburb's old council as being any sort of threat to their unique community identity. So how does Sydney's local government impact on our sense of place and local community? Professor Roberta Ryan from the University of Technology, Sydney, has directed much of her recent research at this very issue. Professor Ryan led the research for the Why Local Government Matters report, which examined our relationships with our local councils. She says that in Sydney, the often missing link between local government and local identity is engagement.
So a lot of the concern around amalgamations is really that concern that they're going to lose their voice and the specific things about their local identity is going to be washed away in that process.
Professor Ryan's research shows that inner metropolitan residents were more likely to connect the place where they lived to their personal values, which might explain some of the fiercer responses against council mergers in places like the inner west. However, Professor Ryan also said that some residents are willing to sacrifice the democracy of their local council for the efficiency of an appointed administrator.
But I can understand that if a council hasn't worked well, you can understand that communities might think, well, it's a relief to get rid of them and put in a sensible administrator and get things tidied up.
A theory which holds true in Manly.
One of the big issues that Idaho Park started was fighting against was the Manly Oval Car Park. So when the amalgamation took place, the administrator came in, we took all of our information, data reports and our concerns to the administrator. He had a really good look at it, had it completely independently reviewed, and it's been stopped.
No one, however, is taking Sydney's unique mix of suburban identities for granted. All sides appear to agree that there are threats to our ongoing sense of locality. And if you ask local advocates like Denise Keane what the greatest threat to her area is, the answer is likely to be one that is familiar to most Sydney-siders.
I think overdevelopment. We all agree that we need development in this area, but I think completely overdeveloping it and maybe opening it up a bit too much could be a problem.
Interestingly, the Why Local Government Matters report showed that residents in high-rise developments had no less of a connection to their place than those in detached dwellings. However, Professor Ryan says that local identities are at risk whenever local communities are not adequately consulted about these new developments.
Because what happens is citizens are only involved when too many big decisions have been made and we're too far down the line.
And active community involvement in the decision-making process is exactly how the Greater Manly Residents Forum plans to keep the unique character of Manly alive.
That's resident action, that's people power. That's a big thing.
This is Liam Fairgrieve reporting for Sid Next.